What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 24 of The Hard Stuff with Bailey and Caleb. Episode 24, so that makes this one Caleb's pick.
And I picked a great one.
I don't believe you at all, but
will
lead
be
in.
Delicious.
Yeah. Sure, go ahead. What do you got, buddy?
I have got Grant's Triple Wood Blended Scotch Whiskey. Matured in 3 different types of wood for a smooth, rich, and mellow taste.
So what word on that is leading you to believe that this is going to be good?
The color?
Okay, great.
I do not have high hopes for this whatsoever. It is, what do we got here? It's a 40% bottle. It is, I'm assuming 750 mils. Oh yeah, 750 mils. And this ran me a whopping $29.98.
Okay, so future reference, if you find a Scotch for less than $80, leave it on the shelf.
But it's a whiskey too.
Yeah,
It's both.
you're right. Yes, you're right. Great call.
That's why I figured it would be awesome.
Yes,
We haven't had a Scotch. We've talked about it for the same reason of we don't know what's good. Most of them are rough until you spend a lot of money. So let's meet in the middle somewhere.
I will tell you right now.
I don't even think I like whiskey much for under $50.
No, probably not. But I'll tell you right now, the best thing to mix your Scotch with, I learned this from an old logging guy, maple syrup.
I've heard that actually.
Maple
I've never
syrup.
tried it. Like
It's incredible.
I honestly think I've had Scotch once, like where I could say
You honestly
someone
drank
told
it?
me it was a higher end Scotch. Like you got to try it. Yeah, I drank it. Can't even remember what it tastes like now. Then I coughed, spewed, sputtered. They're like, "Oh, it's an acquired taste." Everyone's told me Scotch is
Squash. Nice.
Scotch
Nice.
is an acquired taste.
It
though.
is, 100%. That's why I think you'll hate this.
Oh, I have no doubt.
So great pick.
Put it this way, I've decided that my next pick will be a counter to this. It will be.
We're going to end up drinking champagne or
I
something.
can't even say if it'll be tastier, but it'll be more expensive.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Oh my god.
Just smells like fire water, right?
Yes, it does. Where is this from? It's, distilled, matured, and blended in Scotland. That's a plus.
I think all Scotch has to come from overseas.
Or is it like champagne?
I think. I don't know the
I don't even want to pour
this.
this. Smell that.
It's not bad, actually. It doesn't smell that bad.
Really?
Yeah. This will be a very light Scotch, I think. On the rocks first, of course.
Got to, yeah.
No, that's super.
That smells really bad to me.
No, it's not that bad.
But yeah, it smells like firewater.
No, I'll get an aggressive Scotch, and it's a fucking aggressive Scotch. But, oh, there you go. You're in it already.
That tastes way better than it smells.
It's just water. It's not good at all. Like, I want to be clear. Just because it doesn't taste like shit does not make it good.
No, I can agree with you. It is honestly very bland. But I was expecting that to burn the whole way down.
No, it's terrible. It's like, this is easily the worst Scotch I've had.
As he pours more.
Of course, because I want to get a flavor out of it. Like, I'm not tasting a single thing. Yeah, I don't know.
I agree. That is very bland.
It doesn't even say what barrels it was aged in. It doesn't say what flavor it's supposed to like.
My consolation to that is I think this was $29. There was a $80 bottle. Grant, same thing, but it was same label more or less, but they labeled it as 8 years aged.
Oh yeah.
And I know Scotch aged, all that stuff, so I'm assuming that might actually have some taste to it.
Yes, 100%. That would taste like wood. Guarantee that one.
This one
honestly doesn't taste like fuck all.
barely has an aftertaste.
No. So honestly, good Scotch to get into if you're learning how to drink Scotch.
Because you're gonna have this, and then you'll have another Scotch and be like, "What is this?"
Well, like, yeah, I would say it's good enough to get into. Our lime is fucked, by the way. I would say it's good enough to get into. Like, you can tell it's a Scotch. You don't mix it because there's no flavor to get rid of. But I would say if you're getting into Scotch for $30, pick it up.
Sorry, I'm barely paying attention to the conversation. I'm watching you butcher a fucking lime.
It's hard as a rock, dude. Like, I even have serration on this knife, and I'm not getting through fucking anything here. I might as well be using a spoon. There you go. That one's yours.
Here, pass it here then. I don't want to eat my mic.
But I don't know. As the first Scotch brought onto the show, probably a decent benchmark, if that's what you want to call it.
Okay, I could agree with that because, like, that's the thing. Drinking this, it didn't off-put me from Scotch. It's not like I'm never going to drink it again.
No, it'd be hard to get any like worse, honestly, because there's nothing bad about it. Like for a first taste, whatever. Easy
You
peasy.
shamed me for bringing Coke today, though. I still think I might mix it just to enjoy the
No,
rest of the
you don't
podcast.
fucking mix Scotch. Jesus. The only thing you mix it with, like we said, maple syrup. That's it.
You just put lime in it.
I was just trying to get a flavor out of this thing, man.
It didn't help. It really didn't help.
No, it just tastes like lime water.
Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know. If you want to say you drink Scotch and don't like the flavor of it, go with Grant's because this is something.
This is the bottle that you take, like, to meet your girlfriend's grandfather, but you don't let him taste it. You just like, oh, yeah, I drink Scotch too. You know?
Yeah. But he's going to drink it, like, where's the Scotch?
No, you don't let him taste it. This is the backup bottle. Once everybody's good and liquored, then you're like, oh, yeah, you could try it.
You're so drunk, you're not tasting
Yeah.
it. Fair
Right.
enough.
What are you giving it?
I'm a 6.5 because it doesn't taste bad, but there's no taste to it.
Yeah. I'm like right there. I'm just going to give it a 5 because you can't complain about it, but there's nothing to write home about. It is exactly run-of-the-mill nothing.
Fair enough. So
That's
if
it.
you want to do something tasteless and get hammered at 40% on a bottle, like go with Grant's.
For $30 too. I mean,
Yeah.
No, you could easily get very drunk on this.
Oh, definitely.
So, I mean, drink responsibly, but yeah, if you're going to just looking to get fucked up, sure.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. No, I'm content with that.
Yeah.
Maybe one day down the road, because I'm not going to repeat again, we'll try that aged one. And or if you, honestly, if someone comes across it like you or me, try it and see how it tastes.
Or even just maybe a name brand Scotch.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry. Jesus.
Setting that bar way too high.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into it then. The first thing I want to talk about right away, because this is huge for me, Moon Beast Productions' new IP. So Moon Beast Production is a new video game producing company, basically.
Okay.
And it contains the lead designer from Diablo 2 and the lead artist from Diablo 2. So Peter Hugh and Phil Shank.
Okay.
So basically the guys that did Diablo 2. They are now working back together at Moonbeast Productions to start a new original franchise.
Interesting.
That's it. It's just, there's nothing said about it. They just said that their debut project will remain true to both founders' ARPG roots, but suggested there will also be some big innovations. There's huge ambitions for Moonbeast and what we can achieve together. Phil and I, this is Peter Hugh talking. Jesus Christ, let me try
You
that
said
again.
I can't speak today.
Phil and I bring a wealth of experience to the table, and we're both extremely excited about this new project. That's it. We don't have anything. No knowledge on it.
No, nothing. Pre-game, like.
They just said they're doing it. So I'm going to imagine it's going to be a top-down ARPG.
Interesting.
It's what those guys are known for.
It is, and obviously, like, they've done it well.
Yeah.
D2 had a cult following for how long?
Yeah, I mean, 20 years later they redid it, so obviously they did something right.
Well, did they?
Well, yeah. So the new game, though, right? I'm going to keep an eye on this because I'm excited.
The only thing is, like, when you hear something like that, you'll have to be excited for, like, 4 years.
Well, yeah. Hopefully not. Maybe 2?
Ideally, yeah.
Ideally 2, because I don't expect it to be a massive game with, like, it's a brand new production
Well, and
company.
see, and that's what I mean. Like, you come from that crew. I'm curious. Like, I don't know anything about the studio, obviously. I don't know what kind of funding they have. I don't even know how most fucking video games get funded
Yeah, I'm not
to
sure.
start. Like, it's not cheap. I know that. But I'm curious, like, you come from that. Do you set the bar really high and you go into your your production meetings and be like, okay, we're slashing this and we're slashing this? Or it's like, because of the pedigree of the people involved, you attract, like, really good designers, good coders, stuff like that.
That's what I would imagine, because these are, like, they're honestly the 2 biggest names from Diablo 2.
Yeah. Which obviously, like you said, excluding the new one, huge game, huge cult following, huge sales, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But because that's the only worry I have when you hear studios like this that you've never heard of before, is to attract good talent. Like everything else, you have to pay them well. And again, like it's always, to me, it's never open. Like all these new game companies, they pop up, they get capital funding from somewhere.
Yeah, God knows.
And you never hear about it. So it's a matter of like who they got involved in this product, who's kind of carrying the strings of it, right?
Yeah, and
for all you know, it's some billionaire that's trying to make like My Little Pony RPG game for his daughter somewhere.
Don't even. No, we're not even going to put that idea in the air, because if some stupid shit like that happens, I'll lose it. Like, no, you just pissed me off so badly.
Like, come on, if you were a billionaire, you wouldn't do that? Like, I need to hire a game designer and a crew to make the dumbest game out there.
No, I would, but I'm just hoping that guys like Peter and Phil, with their background and with their reputation, they would be like, this probably isn't for us.
Fair enough.
I'm hoping.
I just want to say that I'm sure Call of Duty turned into something like that. They're like, this game's too hard.
I hate you.
Billionaire took it over. It's like, I need to make this game easier and shittier so I don't get shit on so badly.
I could also see that, honestly. So,
Yeah.
You know what? Whatever. I needed to share that. That's just something I'm going to be following.
So what are your hopes to come out of this? So, like, what are you hoping for from this announcement? Like, do you want a rendition, a newer version of, like, Diablo? Do you want to see something a little more abstract, something like...
I would even be fairly content with, like, a third-person dungeon crawler.
Yeah, interesting.
Like, almost like...
I feel like when you get into that, though, you're too picky on your graphics. Like, to play anything third person, you expect a lot more out of your, like, game interface. Like, for the visuals.
Kind of, but Gears of War did so well. Third person. I wouldn't say super...
I agree with that, but I think Gears of War wouldn't have done so well in the generation it came out if it was purely like a PC game.
I
The
agree.
graphics are lacking in comparison to some other stuff.
Yeah, 100%. But we're also not seeing games coming out as quad A games, like demanding the best of the best graphics, or even giving you the best of the
There's
best
a reason
graphics.
for that, though. No one can afford a fucking graphics card.
Well, there you go. So maybe Moonbeast will realize that and they'll be like, hey, we should just make a nice stock 1080p, 120 FPS game, easy living. But no, I think honestly a third-person game will draw me in, as long as it still has that like dungeon crawler ARPG feel.
So you're hoping for that mainly.
Yeah.
Because like your third person, new relevant game and stuff, even like hack slash and grinder, you're a guy that didn't jump on the Elden Ring bandwagon.
No, I did not. Because that is... New World fucked my hopes for that game. I probably would have bought Elden Ring if you didn't make me buy New World. The dead silence is your wheels just doing a fucking burnout in your brain.
No, I'm trying to register that. Like, it's two different games. It's two different companies. There's not even a comparison to be made there. You just, because of New World, shit on all new games. It's like New World and
That's not
Battlefield
true.
have left a sour taste. Battlefield especially has left a sour taste in your mouth. So anytime we talk about something new right now, you're like, it's probably going to suck.
That is not true. I've got high hopes for... I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll find
here's
something.
the wheels spinning.
I'll find something. But you can't blame me that New World put a sour taste in my mouth for RPG games.
I will put that to a disclaimer, though, because you were not much... And I get it. The game wasn't great because it was a grinding game, but my gaming history compared to yours are two different things.
The game wasn't great because I couldn't have a fucking horse.
Yes, but it's no different. Like, the reason I say that is because, like, if you would have started in the grind of, like, Vanilla WoW, it wasn't surprising. That's something, personally, you deal with in these games.
Yeah, but
so
25...
RuneScape, you had to run across all these fucking maps.
You teleport Sky.
Not off the start.
Then you were doing it wrong. The thing that I'm saying is...
You have a bad bias.
After 25 years of WoW, or whatever the fuck it is, I think almost 25 years now.
Close to.
Yeah, close to. I'm expecting to be able to ride a fucking horse.
You still have to wait till level 20.
I don't care. Getting to level 20 is easy.
Now it is. That's what I'm saying.
Don't
Back
care.
in vanilla, that was fucking 6 months of gameplay.
25 years now, I expect better. That's all I'm going to say. Do you have, like, this is the first time you're hearing about this game. Do you have anything you wish to say that's going to be constructive?
I hope for a very polished game. That's all.
Well, we won't get that.
Well, I mean this in the sense of like all these other small studio names, to make it relevant, these games come out like fucking alpha or beta and stuff. They stay like that for 6 years.
Yeah.
And I get that. It's to build funding, it's to do all your stuff like that. But I hope not to see that. Like, these guys come from a very much big studio background, so it's like, build this game up, work on it till its release, go from there. Day one, deal with your bugs, your launch issues, blah, 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 but do it as a finished game release.
Yeah, I'm almost hoping we don't hear about this until like a week before beta launches.
Yeah, closed beta.
Yeah. They're like, hey, we think we're done this game. We want you guys to try it. And then in 2 weeks, it's out.
Yeah,
I want them to be that like confident in this game release.
Yep.
Because I'm sick of fucking buying games and having them suck cock for a month straight. That was like probably the most not PG-13 thing we've said on the show, but I'm so pissed off about it now.
I can tell.
Okay, good. So let's carry on with the video game universe.
Okay, do we have to talk about our most recent purchase?
For what?
PC games?
What did we buy?
Cities?
Oh my God. We didn't even buy that. It was free.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, the marketplace, Epic Games came out. Cities free.
Cities Skylines or whatever the hell it is.
I am a big SimCity player. Always loved it. So Bailey texted me. This game came out free. It's like, okay, sweet. Yeah, let's jump on it. We got it. What's your opinion?
I think I played like 38 seconds. I didn't even get all the way through the tutorial and I turned it off.
Really?
Yeah. The buggy ass camera movement just pissed me off. I was like, this is stupid, but maybe I could get around it. And then I was doing like roads at accidental 87-degree angles instead of 90s, and I was like, this game's not for me. As soon as my 4 roads didn't connect in a square, I just turned it off. I was like, no, I'm done.
I went in, started like my own, I think it was campaign or sandbox, whatever the fuck it was. Started a city, because obviously they're very similar mechanics, blah, blah, blah. I fought with the camera for so fucking long and hated it.
It's terrible.
Then I got into like some logistical issues and I like Googling how to fix it and stuff. And it's like legitimate game bugs and stuff. I was like, I'm done. Done.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even make it that far. It was like as soon as my roads didn't connect, it was Alt F4. I didn't even bother hitting escape.
I made
close.
like a 650 population and quit.
Good for you. I did, yeah. Like, I didn't even have 4 roads that matched.
Yeah.
Terrible game.
Not impressed.
No wonder why it's free.
We'll stick to EA. And that's probably the only franchise I can say that EA is good for.
Is The Sims?
Well, SimCity, specifically, I enjoy those games.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone's given into their guilty pleasure and played The Sims at some point.
Oh, yeah. That was like one of my favorite PS2 games. Okay. Video game universe, Halo TV first impressions you got up here.
Yeah, so
this is going to be good.
I can't remember what the date is. It's March 24th or something like that. It's soon. So the Halo TV show that we've been shit talking for so long.
We haven't been doing that.
Again, not going into high hopes like every other thing we talk about on this show. They did its premiere. They've done a couple closed viewings and stuff like that.
Okay.
So there's obviously no media is allowed to advertise about like what's in this stuff, but they've come out with like soft reviews. So they release the reviews just like on the episode, no spoilers.
Yeah.
And so this has all come out now, and it's really not helping my case for wanting to enjoy this. That's all I can say.
This is going to be good. So give me some of this because I haven't seen any of the reviews. I didn't even know they were doing this.
Yeah, it came out. So we should talk a lot on the storyline convergences. Like they've already said they're acknowledging the fact like it's not directly from the games. All this we've talked about.
It ain't even close.
Apparently, it's like semi-close. Like you can recognize people, you recognize characters. That works. And this come out. So apparently in the TV show, it's all pre-Reach and Fall of Reach, like for that whole old arc.
Okay.
So it's to a point where like you don't have a ton of information on it. This is actually relevant more to they're just learning what the Covenant actually is.
So this is almost like a prequel to everything.
Yeah. They're dealing with like, it's apparently more rebel outposts on planets, space travel, stuff like that. Like the Covenant is not a standardized big what we know the Covenant as.
Yeah.
So everyone's saying so far from what you've seen, they've kind of saved it with the storyline. Like, it doesn't feel like an atrocity to traditional Halo. So there's a plus. The downside is the first thing that comes out in all these soft reviews is that the Covenant, the weapon CGI, the vehicles, and the Spartans is, the quote is, lackluster CGI.
Well, let's put it this way. They left an early 2000s Chevy Tahoe in the trailer. So, yeah, I really didn't have high hopes for it anyway. But the fact, like, the vehicles thing really pisses me off because even in real life, we've seen people do warthogs.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen real operating warthogs just because people are hardcore fans and they decided to make one.
Yeah.
Now, if you get into, like, the Ghost, maybe I could see that a little bit. The Banshee, sure, it might be difficult. But I would expect the Mongoose to be, like, exact replica because all it is a fucking quad.
Yeah. No. But my only defense to that is, like, and again, I haven't played it recently, but you think back to all these games, it's so much of, like, a war zone. And if this is more of a precursor, you don't know what the standardized vehicles were for that time.
So then why the fuck are you making the show?
What do you mean? I'm saying, like, obviously, yes, there's transport here, blah, 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 show Scorpion tank, whatever. But, like, you don't know what everyone else that's not a fucking machine gun toting person is driving around in. Maybe
I'll guarantee it's not a 2002 Chevy Tahoe. What do you mean? Is that what you're defending right now?
You know, I'm not defending that that's a fuck up, but I'm saying I wouldn't have been, like, do some... Yes, that's a fuck up, but they should have done a 2050 concept SUV. If there's a new updated version of the Tahoe, sure.
Holy shit. Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, and I think I hate every second of what you're saying. I'm not 100% sure we're on the same page, but I'm pretty sure I'm super pissed off about this already.
Okay.
Have we heard any soft reviews on Pablo yet?
No, actually nothing.
Nothing about him as an actor? Or sorry, he doesn't act. He only acts? What the hell's the quote? He doesn't copy, he acts?
Yes.
So, we haven't heard anything, though?
No, everything I've read, nothing came out about, like, personal actors' performances, nothing.
Okay. Has anybody complained about the color of Cortana yet?
Mm-mm.
Interesting. I feel like we should review this show. We should dedicate a sole episode
I don't even know if we really get an episode
to the Halo pilot.
But we can do a Halo pilot special.
Yeah, you're right.
We won't even make it a Sunday episode. This will be a dropped out just for that. We'll
Yeah,
watch it
Wednesday afternoon.
record perfectly afterwards, and just let go. We'll drink the whole time watching it.
We might be canceled. Okay, so you read the reviews. You're still excited for the show. Did this help or hurt?
It did neither. It made me more critical. I'm still excited. Like, I have to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I think you have a good idea there. I'm not going to watch it without you. But it just makes me think like I'm going to go into this episode and be so much more critical.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we've been doing for a month.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I don't know. Like, I'm not even a hardcore Halo lore guy. Like, but I understand how the game works.
I just want to respect the lore. Same thing. Like, I've tried to read the books. I was to a point where I wasn't reading as much. I was too busy playing Halo. But to the same thing, like, I want to respect that franchise. So if I come out and, like, I know a couple diehard Halo people, and they're like, this is trash because this, and fuck this, canceled this line. It's like, you don't want to like it.
No, not at all. Okay.
But yeah, so that's all that came out of.
So we're a week away, roughly?
It's a week or two. I can't remember.
So by the time this episode drops, it'll be like the next day or something.
Oh, potentially, yeah.
Because we're recording this on the 15th. This goes up on the 20th, I believe.
Whatever the Sunday is. Sure.
Yeah. So, and then it'll come out on the 24th or whatever the hell it is.
I'm going to look it up right now. But yes, you're right. It'll be much closer to.
So there's
March 24th, yeah.
Okay, so there's a good shot that this week that you guys are hearing this, we will be doing the Halo episode.
Yep.
This makes me so much more excited to talk about it.
And we will do that. It'll be, even if it's a 20-minute blurt, it won't be part of our regular schedule.
No, this will be a bonus episode for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you could call it a bonus because we're both so negative about it already. That's okay.
That's the downside. I want to be positive, and everything is leading away from that.
I think I'm not positive yet, but I bet I could have cast 4 better actors to be the chief.
Name one.
Name one?
Yeah.
Can't right now.
Exactly.
I gotta do auditions first. I'll work on it. I'll come back on our bonus episode. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on. Tons of shit going on in sports this week for no reason at all.
Obviously, one big one.
No, that's an extra. Hang on, we got to start at the top here.
Okay.
We just had the Players' Championship this weekend.
Yes.
Just wrapped up 2 days ago. I don't even know who won. It was that foreign fellow.
Cam Smith, I thought.
Oh, I thought it was the guy from Mexico. Okay.
I could be wrong.
I know Cam Smith did play really well, but I thought he got second. I don't know. I didn't get to watch Sunday. I didn't do a whole hell of a lot, to be honest.
Anyways, getting into it, I would love to, but my service sucks ass for sure.
Okay, good. So the weather was a problem, you were saying? I didn't get to watch it.
So day one came out. I can't remember how many people played, but they got broken up for weather right off the bat.
Okay.
And it was everyone out there was they were using like NFL hand warmers and stuff, like QB hand warmers.
Oh my Lord.
A bunch of them were like badged too. It was kind of funny. Hot pockets, gloves everywhere they could. It was quite cold. And then by the end of it, the wind started picking up. It was getting like sideways rain and lightning as well.
Okay. I can see the lightning being a problem. You were right, though, by the way. Cam Smith did win.
Okay, sweet.
I can see the lightning being a problem. The rain, yes, that could be a problem.
Like, if you look up some of the images and stuff in, like, the clips, there's people using more or less, like, squeegees, just moving inches and inches of fucking water off the greens.
Okay, I can see that being a problem. But to build a golf course in the Florida Palms, where this is, and not expect terrible wind on the weekend, get real.
Yeah, and it's funny because obviously I didn't watch it either right away. I was following this one fairly closely, like through all the media.
Yeah.
I was keeping live updates and stuff. And when I heard that they closed down for weather off the start, it did surprise me because I'm always a skeptic to the weather. Like, you guys are professionals, you should be able to play through a lot.
Yeah, if the wind is blowing right, hit a draw. If the wind is blowing left, hit a fade. I mean, you guys get paid millions of dollars to do it.
Exactly. But so then diving into it, it was fucking brutal.
Okay. That's fine, I guess. Maybe we should stop building golf courses on the ocean if we're going to complain about the wind all the time.
Yeah, but I think it's like any other golf course. They don't normally, they have in the past actually. Last year they called it for wind a couple times. But they don't normally call it for wind until the lightning happens.
No, they don't usually call it, but how often do we see a tournament wrap up and the first thing that the guy in 7th place says
who cares?
is...
He's in 7th place.
Well, but how often is it Rory?
Yeah, but that's my point.
Yeah.
If he gets in front of a camera, he's going to complain about something.
Well, like, just stop fucking building golf courses on the ocean if we're going to complain about it every week. Pebble Beach. How
easy.
Often do we hear it? Conditions were tough this week.
And
no
it's no
shit.
different than being like a terrible golfer and going to these courses. Like, you hit it and you're fucking teeing off into the ocean so it grabs your ball kind of thing.
Yeah, if I got to hit a 150-yard slice to hit a fairway, I'm going to do it. Like, I know my ball flight. I'll play with the wind, whatever. You'd expect the pros to be like, oh, it's blowing. I got to hit a fade. Oh, it's blowing. I got to hit a draw. But whatever. I'll give you the rain. You can't putt through a puddle. That's all it is.
And that's what it was coming down to. Like, it was pretty bad. Like I said, I wanted to I looked it up after they called it because, again, I'm a harder skeptic of it. But it was appropriate. I can't remember the stat. It came out on something I was browsing. It took like 50-something hours to finish like the technical day one of course play.
Jesus.
Because of like how long the weather break was and everything like that.
Okay. I'll take back what I said then. If it was raining that hard, fine. Fair enough. I'll give them that.
So then the other portion, like, weather came out shitty. It was bad. The cool thing is like Rory's one of them. Cam, a lot of people were having really, really good rounds of golf. And it's not because it was like an easy course or anything. Like, just even if you look back, they compared to a lot of their previous stats and stuff like that, and it was really good golf all the way around, post weather and everything.
Okay.
They expected, obviously, like that could throw you off, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
it'll
it
break
was
your groove
awesome.
up or.
And then because of that, with the new PGA, I don't know if you call it like specs, how they're doing their deals with their players, it had one of the largest personal payouts too. So because of that, and like it was a bigger tournament, everyone was playing. The players tournament committee, blah blah blah, whoever deals with that. So for winning first place, it was a $3.6 million payout to Cam Smith for first.
Well, that's not bad.
That is about $1.5 million higher than the average for PGA events to first place when you split the purse.
But the Players is one of the biggest tournaments in the PGA Tour.
Yep.
Like that's not a surprise, and that's never been a surprise.
No, but they're just like it's just going with it. Like it was one of the things everyone's very happy. Like on average, your higher purse is 12 to 15 million.
This was 20, I believe, correct?
It was a $20 million purse.
Yeah, so it is huge. But once again, it is one of the tournaments that's been around the longest. We saw it this year. It is one of the tournaments that everybody makes sure that's healthy, at least they get out for.
Yep.
Like we saw a lot of big name player debut this week.
Yeah, lots of people. And again, I wanted to throw this out there. We talked about it last week. DJ came back. I actually don't know how his personal rounds when I didn't watch his highlights or anything, but he did finish tied for 9th.
That's not bad.
It was 1st through 5th individuals.
Yep.
Rest tied for 6th, and then rest tied for 9th.
That's not bad at all, considering he hasn't played anything.
No, yeah. Winner finished -13 for Cam. DJ came in at -7.
That's not bad. For considering that's his first week back, I would take that. And then I would go home to Ms. Gretzky, and I would love life. So,
Well, then that's what I mean. You get like Patrick Reed -4.
who cares? We're not bringing that guy up on the show.
Homa -6. Lowry -6. Like he's in and amongst where he should be, I think. Hovland -7. He was tied 9th as well.
I would like to see him be better than those guys you just named.
Well, he is better than everyone other. Like he tied with Hovland. That's everyone I just listened. So it goes Cam Smith,
Yeah.
Lahiri or something. Can't pronounce his name. -12. Paul Casey.
Yeah.
Kistner.
Kisner came in 4th.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. I fucking love Kiz.
Keegan Bradley in 5th. Russell Knox 6th. Varner the 3rd and 6th. Doug Grimm.
So I'm just going to cut you off because I don't know any of these fucking guys.
No, but that's what I mean. But obviously they played well enough. But I'm saying DJ, I think, finished for the first time I was seeing him back, hoping that he plays well. I'm not even a big DJ fan. I just kind of like how he plays. I like his
He's just
face
a nice,
to the
yeah,
sport.
he's just a good personality. He's never in any shit. Like, he's just a good guy.
So I think that's a very good thing for him to come back at.
Yeah, I would not bitch about a top 10 in your first tournament back.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I like it. All right. Now I'll let you talk about the big one.
Fucking Brady.
Fucking Brady.
That's all I have to say.
So amidst all the QB drama that's gone on this week, Aaron Rodgers signing for $200 million, more than what he's worth. The trade with Russell going to Denver. Have you heard of the Colin Kaepernick hype train that's going on right now?
I can only guess. He's like amongst my social medias. That is a name that has been coming up so much.
So we'll bring him up as well. He claims that he's still ready for the NFL.
Yes, and he put out his own press about this. He's back on the field still. He's doing his drills.
Yeah.
I seen all that.
So, whatever. We'll talk about that after because I got some shit to say about that one. Tom Brady's back. Amidst all the QB drama, Tom Brady is coming back for another season with the Buccaneers.
Yes. So anyone that retired their jerseys, signed jerseys for premiums are like, fuck my life.
Or bought a $500,000 last touchdown ball.
Did you see that? I don't know if that was accurate or not, but the
No, that's
memes are out.
accurate.
It is.
From the auction, $500,000.
Okay.
So if you don't know what happened, Tom Brady threw his what was supposed to be final touchdown last year with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it was recently sold for auction. Sold at auction for $500,000 a week ago or something. Like not even that long ago.
Yeah.
And then Tom decides, you know what? Fuck it, I'm back. So that ball you just spent $500,000 on is worth, I don't know, $1,000, maybe.
Yeah.
Because all it is a Tom Brady touchdown ball.
Yeah, and again, I don't know how much he signed shit. Like the value's there, but yes, it is tanked, absolutely tanked, a fraction of what they purchased that for.
Yeah. So, what are your hopes for Tampa Bay with this? Not your hopes, but expectations at least, because I know you're not a huge TB fan, you're not a huge Tampa fan, whatever. But what are your expectations?
I think if they're gonna try and use this as like a hype train. Because obviously, I could only imagine what Tampa's doing with the press. Like, there's probably billboards fucking everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like, to get ticket sales through and blah, blah, blah. If they don't make the playoffs, this is going to be a forgotten thing. It'll blow up in Brady's face, the hype train, this, that, and that.
Does it ruin the legacy if he doesn't make the playoffs? Or do you think he's too good?
If they don't make the playoffs, he has to play continuously until he does again.
That's fair.
Playoffs would be worth the hype train, because you can have your upsets and all this. But if they place mid-pack and garbage, he's either going to retire, it's going to be quieter, it's going to be like it was never talked about, until he honestly gets back into Super Bowl contention.
So, second round exit, you're content with that?
On his first year back like that, yes. Like, because that's the thing is, like, 2 years, playoffs, no Super Bowl, you can retire on that again if you choose to. It won't be as big of a deal.
No, not at all.
But then it's just like, okay, you know what? We did our thing. I'm content in life. He'll sell that story. My family's coming now. So be it. They don't make the playoffs, and you're just
it's a dumpster fire, right?
That's what I mean. If you're like, okay, I'm retiring now, it's like, okay, you suck.
Yeah, you should have stayed in retirement is what the thing's going to be.
I don't think him personally could even do that.
No.
He won't retire on that slump, because that will be like, oh, he's washed up now. He stopped. Like, they didn't even make the playoffs. He'd either go to the nearest team that he thinks he could, because if that happens,
I don't want to see that, man.
I don't want to. But well, that's a lie. I would love to see him do it. Go to a new team, kind of rebuild again, and then if they won a Super Bowl again, it'd be like there's no doubt to it. He's got talent in that.
If he went to a new team and they rebuilt, I'll accept it. But if he went to a team, well, like Cleveland is now shopping a new quarterback, I know that.
Yeah.
Like, if he went to a team...
He should just go to Seattle.
I hate you. If he went to a team that was already decent but not great and he won with them, I think that doesn't help his reputation at all. I think he has to take...
If he takes Miami to the Super Bowl...
Well, exactly. I think he has to take an absolute bottom-of-the-barrel 2-14 team.
Yeah, I agree
to
with
at least
that.
the playoffs if he doesn't make the playoffs this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
This is so risky because, like, if he blows this up, like, nobody's gonna respect him.
You can't tell me it's a money thing for the guy. So I'm curious to pick his brain about like what's going through it. You're sitting at home. Do you not enjoy the retirement? Like, is your family in a place where they're busy? Like,
but it's not even retirement yet because we're still in the off season. Like, yes.
Well, no. I agree. Yeah, what is it? Fucking March. You're two months since the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Like, yes, technically he is retired, but this is the point in the year where he wouldn't be playing anyway.
You're still on vacation. Like, you're not even thinking about camp yet.
No. Like, you probably just got back from Disneyland.
Yeah, you're right, actually. I didn't think about that. I'm curious. Like I said, I'd be really curious to get a full-on into his head for what caused this.
It's just weird. It's super weird. And now he's being, well, not himself, but there is an investigation going on with the sports books.
Oh, really?
And insider knowledge on bets going down. Does Brady come out of retirement? So a few days ago, or a few days before the announcement, there were a massive influx in betting that Brady is coming out of retirement. And conveniently, Brady came out of retirement. Made a lot of people a lot of money.
See, no. I disagree with that, though, just in the fact that, like, if you're... Shit like that spreads like wildfire. And I say that because it's like, whatever. Say you're close to Brady's inner circle, and shit like that gets thrown around, even on the potential of a maybe. But then it's like, you leave that group, you come back to your family or other shit, and you get spread around that. You're in the football community, obviously, or close to it.
Yeah.
And then, like that is such a wildfire little tidbit that would just go like, oh, I heard from this guy and this guy Brady might come back.
And that's why the investigation is going on.
But that shouldn't. So be it if the investigation happens. I don't think anything, unless it was maliciously done for gain, nothing should come of that because I think that is such a third party, closed door, like I heard this kind of thing.
And I think that's what it'll be. I think the goal of this investigation is to kind of figure out who did all the betting. Like if Gronk threw down $10 million saying, oh yeah, he's coming back, and then conveniently Tom Brady's coming back, they'll be like, oh, I think you probably knew something about this.
No shit.
But I think you are right. If
that's what I mean though. On the side hand, if it's Gronk's fifth cousin removed that went to some reunion,
yeah, then I could be like, sure, he probably had an inkling, but nothing guaranteed.
It's hearsay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. If Gronk's made 30,000 Bitcoin transactions, whatever.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Gronk retires and he's worth more than Brady. Oh yeah, he probably knew. All right. So,
so hold on.
Okay, this is gonna be good.
What is your overall consideration on this? Like all thinking out of the picture, are you happy or not to see Brady coming back?
I'm not. They really didn't do well this year. The team he was on was such a fucking gong show with Antonio Brown. I don't care anymore.
You're just over the Brady train, you're saying?
Yeah. Yes, he is an absolute generational talent. Probably the greatest quarterback that we'll ever see, ever. Honestly.
Yeah.
But it's just, after the disappointment of a season that last year was, I don't care.
Oh, fair enough. I can respect that.
Sure, a reunion tour with the Pats, I'm all for it. If he says I'm coming back 1 year, let's see what we can do.
I think he's burned too many bridges there.
Well, yeah.
Nothing's been publicly outspoken. Well, we've touched on his lack there of press.
Yeah, that's true. But I just think with what happened with Antonio Brown trying to buy a football team or something, I'm not even sure what he's doing anymore.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of shit going on with him. Obviously, he's not coming back. So where do you go from here as a Buccaneers?
For a different reason. He's digging the hole of, what Colin did. Again, don't take that from me saying that that's anything comparable. It's just you put yourself against the league, you go out against coaching staff, and you do shit like this. It makes it hard to come back in.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly, like you said, that's exactly why Colin's not in the league anymore.
Yes.
You can't.
It's not for his stance specifically. It's how many toes you stepped on to do it. I get you can believe in what you believe. There are smarter ways and better ways to go about your message than just saying fuck you to the whole league. Because that's exactly what he did. It wasn't even as much to his team at the time. It was to the NFL as a franchise. And that just fucked you.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. The thing that's super surprising for me about Kaepernick right now is he's claiming that he's still league ready. He's claiming that one of his fucking trainers said he's in the best shape of his life, which is totally fucking false. At 34 years old, you're not in the best shape of your life. I don't care who you are.
The thing that upsets me about that is in the past, he's refused to go to any team workouts and tryouts. He will only do it privately. That is trash.
Oh, yeah.
If you think you want it, guess what? You don't have that right anymore.
Show it.
You have to go slum it with everyone else that wants that spot.
And another thing, if he did his docu-series or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Compared the NFL to slavery and slave ownership and all that shit.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know the inner circle. I'm not taking a stance on that at all. I'm going to leave that where it is. I feel like if you and I did that, we claim that our job is like slavery. We wouldn't be fighting for the next 4 years to go back to that job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, no, that is exactly it. I agree with that. I'm not
why do you want to go back if it's so bad?
Because this is a very hard subject to not sound wrong, but I agree. If you shit talk the franchise,
why do you want to go back?
Your next years be like, take me back.
Good luck.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it. Whether he's right or wrong, I don't care.
I agree with that,
but I'm not gonna
back
that decision at all. Okay. Some news in the WNBA, kind of, because this is the off season right now. 1 month ago, WNBA superstar Brittany Griner was arrested in Russia.
Oh, in Russia?
Yes.
Oh, I think I seen a picture of this, actually.
Yes, you probably saw her mugshot.
Yeah.
So she was arrested in Russia on drug charges for cannabis oil or cannabis vape cartridges kind of thing, claiming it was CBD, whatever. So the story is a lot of WNBA players will go over to the Russian league or the Turkish league or whatever because their season runs opposite to the WNBA. So they play in their off season. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So she flew into Moscow, got searched by a drug bag, or by a drug dog, sorry. Her bag got flagged. Her and her fiance, I think, both got hauled in. And they found cannabis oil cartridges or cannabis vape paraphernalia in her bag or on her person. And she got arrested for it, claiming it was CBD or medicinal or not a drug, whatever.
Yeah. On February 17th.
But yes, so it finally got released like 2 weeks later or something. Not even any details, just saying that she did get arrested.
And it's funny. That is the picture of
The mugshot.
the mugshot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's getting a lot of backing from like the American feminist community,
Fair. Yeah.
which I don't think is intelligent or correct at all. Like if you bring drugs to another country, you have to expect you're going to get arrested, right?
Well, to a point, like, I'm going to word this very carefully for what we've taken a stance on for this.
This is going to be good.
It's to the fact, because I was just kind of taking a crash course reading up on her at the same time. So she has a contract. She's played with this team in the past.
Yes.
So she goes there. I would be willing to wager a large amount of money that she has had no issues ever crossing the borders because, one, she's a celebrity here for WNBA. She's probably close to a celebrity there for their equivalent of the WNBA.
Yeah.
Like, you're a pro athlete playing, the country wants you there and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then you get arrested 2 weeks before a war pops off because you're an American citizen.
Is it because you're an American citizen, or is it because you traveled across borders with a bunch of fucking drugs in your bag?
I personally, honestly, put that very much into option A there.
Okay.
Yes. No.
I don't.
And I don't get you wrong to fault that because, yes, you fucked up. You're an idiot. The thing is, nothing's set in stone because, obviously, there's not a lot of communication with that country at the moment.
Yeah, correct.
And from the sources that this media is coming out of, is it was labeled as vape cartridges with THC.
Yes.
So it's a matter of like if it's a distillate pen or if it's like actually this cartridge, blah, blah, blah. My only question to that, and whatever minor conspiracy, so be it, is I think to that point, you're getting to the point where you see a U.S. passport come through and you start flagging it, and then you look for stuff like that. So reading into it, there's something that's come up. There's been very little talk about it, and so be it. There's very much more relevant things going on in that country right now. It was a proper prosecutable crime at the time. My only question to that is now I could very much see that and understand that as more of a political prisoner thing than anything.
I am going to be on the complete opposite end of that because at the time of the arrest, we had the Winter Olympics going on.
Yes.
So you had all your Russian nationals, all your Russian officials, whatever, doing their shit at the Olympics.
Yep.
I don't think there was people standing at the airports waiting for American celebrities to come through to arrest them.
Yeah, but the Olympics were in an allied Russian country.
Kind of. Kind of. But why bring the drugs over? Like if you are...
Yeah, but if they even did though, like I could easily see that being a vape cartridge. You've lived there for how many months? I guarantee that was gotten there, put in to bring back.
What do you mean?
Because it was on exit of the country.
Then why the fuck are you taking it when you know you could get it at home?
And I agree with that. Like, don't get me wrong. If that's viable, I'm playing devil's advocate to a sense of I'm a skeptic. Things have been boiling off world politically since the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
So I just want to take that all with a grain of salt. If that's so be it. I'm not saying she's wrongly accused or anything like that. If that's the case, she fucked up and it's on her. I just put too much weight into that being timed around world events. That's all.
Okay. And I'm totally on the opposite end of it. I think that was stupid as shit. I think if they were trying to make a statement with like a true American, they were going to do something with somebody that is a bigger name at the Olympics. Because as much of a superstar in the WNBA Brittany Griner is, unfortunately, nobody watches the WNBA, and very few people have heard of
Yeah,
this
but it's
girl.
not like, what do you mean with the Olympics? So it's
Well,
not
you
to
just
do with
said
Olympic athletes.
but
It wasn't
why-
in Russia though. She got caught in Russia.
I know that, but you just said Russian allied country. Why wouldn't you make a stink of something there? You're telling me that none of the American athletes brought CBD oil over?
No. I know that, but like, if we're buying into this a little bit, I'm only saying that because Russia's doing it with direct conflict from the West. It wasn't China getting involved with their Olympics. They could have easily done that. I think this is just boiling over because they took potentially, like, they're just causing issues. So down the road, if this ever becomes to a stalemate thing, they're like, guess what? We'll trade you this for this, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's all I'm
Yep.
saying. I'm
I
not
could-
trying
I could
to
take
buy
that.
into it.
No,
That's all.
I could take that. That's fine. I'll accept it.
Because again, I don't support that for exactly what you said. If you're trying to bring that home from Russia, you come to the U.S. where fucking half of the states are legalized.
Yeah.
Now, yes, that's a terrible, stupid, dumb decision.
Yeah.
That's where, I don't know, call it me giving her intelligence the benefit of the doubt that it was, so be it. You're still a professional athlete. Don't fucking vape. But if it was like a vape cartridge, I could see that being twisted. That's all. Like,
That's fair.
hopefully one day we get to hear about this down the road when she gets back to her home country, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, they're threatening her with 10 years of prison with this.
Yes.
That's fucked.
It's huge.
That's where I think it's a little more political.
I think that part of it is, but I don't think the initial arrest was.
I know, fair enough.
That's where I am. Especially, like, I know she does have past convictions in the U.S. Like, you are speaking to her intelligence. I don't think she's an intelligent lady at all. Like, I've seen her interviews. I've
fair enough.
seen her do her own sport,
The
which
only
you haven't.
picture of
So
her
that's
I've
fine.
seen is her mugshot.
Yeah, that's totally fair. So I don't have a whole lot of, like, character to back her on, but I see where you're coming from, looking from the outside.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, last thing we got to talk about. March Madness just started today or yesterday. Can't remember, but they did the first four, which is like the plan for the final four seedings, basically.
Okay.
So that started. So we're going to be talking about March Madness for at least the next 3 episodes. So I'm pretty jazzed about that.
Yeah.
With the beginning of the March Madness tournament,
Did you do any pools?
yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Yeah, I have Gonzaga winning, just in case anybody's curious. Gonzaga should win, but I'm never right, so that's fine.
So you fucked them.
Probably, but that's okay. Whatever. I'm the curse. I'll take it. But with the beginning of the March Madness comes the end of the play-in tournaments. So every conference will do their own tournament, and the top teams go on to March Madness.
Okay.
So your Ivy League does one, your Big Ten does one, your Pac-12 does one, whatever. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, your breakdowns, yeah.
Yes. So the Ivy League just wrapped up on Friday, I believe. Friday or Saturday. The Ivy League just finished their tournament. Yale won.
Okay.
So the Ivy League consists of Yale, Princeton, Brown, Harvard, arguably the smartest universities in America.
Yep. Hence why they're Ivy, yeah.
Yeah. The championship shirts that were handed out for the Yale Bulldogs had an absolutely atrocious typo on them.
Really?
Made it through proofs, made it through handouts, and players were wearing them while they cut down the net. So the Yale Bulldogs on their shirts were Yale Bull D Gods. BULLDGODS.
Interesting.
Not even one letter typo. 3.
Have they put out any press since this?
Nope. Nothing. They were just hoping it blows over.
Like, this isn't maybe an internal locker room
Nope.
joke, farce thing?
Nope. This is a dead nuts fuck up from one of the most intelligent schools in the world.
You crack that box and just be like, we fucked up. Go with it.
How do you go with it, though? Like, just hand out the hats at that point. Don't hand out the shirts.
Yeah.
Just give them the hats.
That's
Or
fucked.
give them the hoodies. Like, there's more than one piece of championship memorabilia, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that, yes, you're trying not to waste a whole bunch of shit just in case they don't win. But I'll guarantee there was well, I know there was hats.
They'd be better off to show up at the soup shelter, to be honest.
No shit. Like, I'm sure, I don't even remember who they were playing. I think they beat Brown. I don't remember. wherever those shirts went, because I'm sure there was a whole bunch of whatever team champions that were obviously not the champions. Fucking send those Yale shirts with them. Don't hand those out. And don't hand them out to your players that are about to go play in front of the country next week.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like, what the fuck happens there? I'm hoping somebody got fired for that, right?
Yeah, I hope they proof the next ones, that's for sure.
Like, you work at Yale. You got to know how to proofread.
So saying that, though, as a player, though, do you not think about it, just throw it on and go celebrate? Or, like, do you look at the shirt like, what the fuck?
No, as a player, I don't think you would look at it at all. Like, I've played basketball, obviously not at that level, but we'd have won shirts before. Like, you win your fucking city tournament, champions, whatever. You win those shirts.
Yeah.
Not once have I ever read it before putting it on. It's always like, oh, perfect. This looks like it fits. Bang, it's on. Right? So it's not their jobs at all. I'm not faulting the players for it at all.
Do I have to take a shot at you that you didn't belong to an Ivy League school league?
Apparently, I can spell better than some Ivy League schools. I wouldn't have fucked up Bulldogs. In fact, I have the Gonzaga Bulldogs winning.
Fair enough.
So
That's so funny. So with that, though, have you checked anything? Is there anything on their public media?
I haven't seen since. I just saw the mistake because I did watch the end of the game. I saw that. I saw every single sports news outlet
I say, was the
flame
camera
them.
crews picking it up at the time?
Oh, yeah. There's one commentator that he says right away, oh, that doesn't look like it's spelled right. I think it was NBC or something. One of the, like, national news outlets.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not spelled right. And he just kind of, that's it. That's all you hear. But
That's
then they get the
fucking
close-up of the
awesome.
kids cutting the net down and the fucking names spelled wrong right across their chest.
Everyone's like, do I put this on Instagram? Or
Oh, man, it's everywhere. Like, how do you fuck it up that bad?
That is impressive. I feel for the person that fucked that up, I guess.
I would
don't know.
assume it's more than one person, though, right? Because it's got to be somebody that did the design. So you got your social designer or whatever.
Yeah.
They put the design together.
I feel like who does that blame come down to? Like I think you send that out to the company doing it. Trust me, they proof everything you send them. They're looking at this like, is this a joke?
Yeah. Are we sure this is the real Yale that requested these shirts?
That's so fucked.
Oh, man. So I'm hoping that Yale does really well in March Madness, and I'm hoping that they have great T-shirts that are spelled correctly. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this.
Or do you just go with it now?
Yeah,
Same
you know,
fuck up and
maybe you
just-
know what? Maybe you're the dean, and you're like, you know what? Fuck it. Next year we are the Bull D gods.
Yeah, we're owning it.
Yeah, fuck it. That's so bad, man.
Okay, we're getting over that. You just tried to throw that back and failed. What's your final verdict on the drink?
It's gotten so much worse.
an hour in.
I don't like it at all. It's still plain.
I agree. This bottle will sit on my fridge for a long time.
It won't, though. You know it won't because it's gonna be something that
Correction. This will be my fastest handed out free liquor I own.
exactly. It'll be something that somebody
Oh,
comes
you want
over.
to try some scotch?
Yeah. Hey, you want a drink or something? It's easy going. That's all it is. It's easy going. And you can just hand them a glass of ice. They'll be like, oh, I need mixed. You're like, nope, no, you don't. You'll be okay. Don't worry. You'll be just fine. But no, Grant's
Yeah.
Triple Wood blended Scotch whiskey will not be ending up in my liquor cabinet.
I agree. I hope it doesn't last long in mine for that reason.
I think it will. We barely put a dent in that. Like, we both poured half glasses, and we didn't take much off
That's
of it.
all there is.
All right. So, wrapping up then. Once again, we've experienced some problems with YouTube and letting us upload.
Yep. I will continue to try again tonight, but I'm not even going to get into it. It just didn't want to let us upload again.
Yeah. So, find us on Spotify. I don't even know if we're going to continue to try with YouTube if it keeps going this way.
We'll see how it goes. Maybe not expect the Sunday premiere, but yeah.
Yeah, it'll be the Wednesday bonus episode coming
Yeah.
out on Sunday. There you go. Follow us on Spotify every week, every Sunday.
I will note that we are in the process of trying to switch what we record with. So we are on Spotify. We're going to try and get it available sooner than later to Apple Podcasts.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm working on it. But we have to change our recording setup a little.
Great.
Exactly.
We're so good at the tech side of things. It's incredible. Okay. Every Sunday on Spotify and soon to be Apple Podcast.
Yep.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, join the Discord.
Forget about the rest.
Yeah. We've kind of given up on the TikTok. Not kind of. We have given up on it.
Yes.
It's fucking a terrible platform for us.
Maybe that'll change, like we say, when we get the video, but I don't even want to talk about that. Bailey's going out of town, so I'm not even going to set anyone's hopes high.
Yeah. That's why we're recording this so early. We're getting busy, unfortunately. We are going to try and pump it out every Sunday still, but
I won't lie. This summer, I'm looking forward to it because we sit down, we do this podcast. We look forward to it during the week. We do. We're getting into warmer weather, summer, potentially changes coming in both of our lives. Logistically, this is going to get interesting.
it's going to be tough. It's going to be like 7 a.m. podcasts, and it's going to be like, okay, we got to quickly get drunk, do a podcast, get a nap in, and then go to work.
Yep. And repeat.
Perfect.
Be like, shit, it's Sunday, late one. I'm on vacation.
It's going up raw.
We're doing the second one tomorrow.
Yeah. Give me a quick phone call. I'll cut in from there.
Yeah.
All right. Either way, we're growing every week, and we can see it every week. We appreciate all the feedback that we've been getting. As always, hit us up, drink recommendations, shit that you want to hear us talk about, or just straight up criticism. We take it all.
Fly at her.
Take it all. Other than that, appreciate it, and we'll see you guys later.
Yeah. See you guys next week.